Hi. Little bit about me. I was born sandwiched between my brother and my sister. So each year on our birthday, I call and thank them for the brain damage. You can laugh, they're not here. Yeah, so that'd make me a triplet. People always ask me what it's like being a triplet, but honestly, I've got more in common with my 96-year-old grandmother than I do my fellow triplets. Because me and my grandmother, we share a lot of the same ailments. Like, she has bunions and I have bunions. She uses a walker. I used to use a walker. She often pushes me around on her walker when I can't be bothered walking anymore. Yeah, we have a really great thing going. We sit back while everyone in our family does everything for us. I think Dylan Alcott does too much. Does anyone here know who Dylan Alcott is? Give me a woo. Does anyone not know who he is? So Dylan Alcott, for those of you who don't know, I don't know if Dylan knows this, but apparently, non-disabled people, you celebrate us cripples for doing just about anything. But for those of you who don't know who Dylan is, he was a dual Paralympian. He represented Australia in both wheelchair tennis, wheelchair basketball. He was a Golden Slam winner. He won Paralympic medals. He has his own foundation, a super hot non-disabled sexologist girlfriend. He was a radio presenter, a TV presenter. He has his own music festival here in Melbourne. And up until this year, he was our Australian of the Year. You can clap, I don't care. I'm just saying, I used to work at Woolies. And one day I was cleaning up a spill of washing powder. And, as I was cleaning, a guy approached me and he starts chatting to me and really engaged in what I'm doing and praising me for the really good job. I was like, okay. I left the conversation and later on my boss comes over to me and she's like, Alex, was there a guy earlier speaking with you? I was like, yeah. She's like, well, he's from the local paper and he thinks you're really impressive. He'd like to write an article about you. I was like, wow, I can clean spills that I created. It's front page stuff, isn't it? I've been learning to walk my whole life, and I've got to level with you, it's really hard, hey? Every time I think I've got it down, I take another trip. But it's okay. Every time I trip on the footpath, I take myself on an overseas trip. In hindsight, it's actually really expensive. I recently started walking for exercise. I'm not really sure why. I just see non-disabled people do it all the time. But I don't get it. Why do you walk away from your house? Just to turn around and walk back to your house. And you non-disabled people really care about walking? You have a sport in the Olympics about it? Us cripples don't mess with that. But when I was 15, I really realised how much non-disabled people care about walking, because when I was 15, I had a pretty big surgery. They broke my femur and cut my Achilles tendon on my left leg just so I could walk with my heel on the ground. And it was a pretty big deal. It was 2 months of recovery and a whole year of learning how to walk again. But finally that moment came and my heel struck the ground for the first time and the doctors were rejoicing and my mum was crying. And again, I was just like, wow, you guys are really impressed by anything. So I like to take advantage of this. And I can drive. And I like to park in accessible parking spots, non-accessible parking spots. I go shopping, leave my car in the middle of the intersection for 3 weeks. I park in people's driveways, no stopping zones. And then I hit other people's cars and they apologise to me. You non-disabled people are just too easy, hey? Anyway, thank you. I'm Alexandra Hudson.